can work. We were saying it can't. It's going to explode. But when it happened, it was just terrifying. And it was paralyzing. And we have friends that were murdered there. So obviously, immediately spending time in funerals and visiting families. But in terms of changing my perspective, no, rather the opposite. It just reiterated for me what I believed always, which is that the achievement, the fulfillment, the security, the stability of Jewish self-determination in our land is interlinked and intertwined with achieving self-determination for Palestinians.
Sure. Do you believe, though, that Israel was right the way it responded to that Hamas-led terrorist attack on October 7th, the massive Israeli air raids and military retaliation?
Look, no country can allow something like what happened to us on October 7th happen to its citizens and on its territory. And it's not that Israel has a right to defend its citizens, Israel has an obligation to defend its people. But it should be within line of international law. It should be within moral, what is morally acceptable. And I think there is no doubt that we are violating international humanitarian law front and center every day in Gaza. And that's just one main reason why this war should have ended months ago. It's also our hostages. We have over 100 hostages in Gaza. They're not coming back because of military pressure. They're going to come back only with a deal. And the last thing I would say for me, this is not just about morality, which is what wakes me up in the morning. It's not just about legality. It's also about what future are we envisioning to us and our children in the land. The massive disproportionate use of force in Gaza, the massive destruction and death of civilians. We are sowing the seeds of hatred for generations to come. It's the U.S. Secretary of Defense who said it months ago. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the quote was more or less, Israel is risking of turning a tactical victory into a strategic defeat. And we have done that already. We have gone too far. And sadly enough, at the time where for us the blood was boiling, where there was no place and space for reason, our friends around the world, including here in Germany, haven't been the responsible adult to mitigate our response and make sure that we will respond in a way that actually can take us to a better future.
And what way would that be?
We have the most extremist government we've ever.
Netanyahu's goal of eliminating Hamas, of wiping it off the earth. Do you think that maybe the strategy that Israel has been pursuing with Hamas, decapitating its leadership, they just killed Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar last week, do you think that might now bring about the situation where some sort of peace could be negotiated?
The killing of Yahya Sinwar can go both ways. If the Palestinians will say that. And if we think that we are ever going to get peace by bombing them back to the Stone Age and worse, that's not going to work. Rather the opposite.
What will work? This is a question, of course, that governments and Israelis and Palestinians themselves have been working on for decades. What do you think would be the best prospect for?
Unless both sides walk out of the room with rights and dignity, we are not going to enjoy peace and stability.
Yehuda, thank you for taking time to talk with us today. That was Yehuda Shah with the Israeli Center for Public Affairs.
Yeah, guys, let's go, guys. Let's see what happened. Come on, like it, subscribe.
Visit to Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, during which he's expected to meet with President Volodymyr Zelensky. Austin said the trip was a sign of Washington's continued support for Ukraine.
Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Let's check something about our candlestick. Baby, come on, baby.
It's still too close to call. With 98% of votes counted, the Yes campaign is ahead by just a fraction of a percent. A concurrent presidential election is set to go to a second round with EU incumbent Maya Sandu ahead in the first round, but falling short of a majority. And King Charles has been...
Market is closed. We will see you tomorrow, guys.
On Monday.
See you. Thank you. Subscribe. Bye bye.
Lawmakers when Indigenous Senator Lydia Thorpe interrupted the ceremony, shouting that she did not accept the king's sovereignty. She was then escorted out of the chamber. The Turkish cleric Fethullah Gulen has died aged 83. Ankara accused him of orchestrating a coup attempt in 2016 in which around 250 people were killed. Gulen always denied any involvement. He was a former close ally of President Recep Tayyip Erdogan before